Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hey, welcome to Be My Guest. This is Jan Lewis. Today we have back, of course, by popular demand, my friend Lisa Shea. She is a Sutton author, and she's also having writing workshops too. And she's going to tell you all about it. She's got two brand new books out. Actually, three out. I don't know when she sleeps. 3 books. Welcome back, Lisa.
Thank you.
By the way, Lisa, will you stand up for a second? She designed this outfit. She's going to show you. Look at this. I mean, you'd be walking the runway on Fashion Week, New York City. That style is not only coming back, I see it in the fashion magazines. Is it the 60s, 70s, kind of?
Well, the actual technology is from the 1800s. This was the original form of photography. And this is how they used to make blueprints. That's why blueprints are blue, is because it was using this kind of technology to make them.
I told her she could sell clothes. I'd be her first customer. I love that look. Oh, God. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. First of all, which one do you want to begin with?
We'll
Lisa?
start with fur.
Fur fallacies. All right. Lisa, as we know, is from Sutton, and she's got her latest book out, Fur, F-I-R, Fur Fallacies. What's this one about?
Well, there's a problem with opioids that I think we've all seen in the news, so I decided to incorporate that into the latest story. So it's about a teenager who succumbs to an opioid overdose and then trying to figure out how it happened.
And isn't that Purgatory Rock?
Yeah, that's Purgatory Chasm, so that's where they find her.
A couple of people have lost their lives over there in the over the years.
I was in the chasm when the people fell.
How many years ago?
I think it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
It was a couple, right?
No, it was just, well, in this case, it was just one person.
And actually misstepped and went down?
They're not sure if he misstepped or if he stepped off.
Or if he committed suicide?
Right.
Oh, my God. So the one that the person was with is alive?
Oh, okay.
Right.
I didn't hear about that one.
Oh, okay, he was alone. All
Okay.
right. Was it a young person?
I don't remember how old he was. I would have thought middle-aged, not like a teenager or something like that.
Yeah, I took my son over to Purgatory of the many times. I think he was just about to go into first grade. I didn't take him in the caves. You'd never see him again.
Yep.
But we were just sitting there minding our business by the road, and he tripped on something and he broke his left arm, so he entered first grade in a cast.
Oh, wow.
This was the second time he broke that arm. When he was a little guy, he was so active. My husband had gone to do the dishes, turned his back. All it takes is 1 minute.
Yep.
And I think Wally either tried to already climb up the little stairway or something, because my husband said, I didn't hear him cry.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I walked in and he was just kind of laying there, which was weird.
Mm-hmm.
And he called me at the television station. And he said, don't come home, just go right to the doctor's.
Well,
We got him up to Milford, and yeah, his first cast at not even 2 years old? I'm thinking, how did that happen? But
Yeah.
it can't. And it was a small apartment,
mm-hmm.
but the child didn't yell. He didn't cry.
Mm-hmm.
The doctors kept saying, he didn't cry? Well, all right, so Fur Fallacies. This has just come out. You're just getting it today, right?
Yep, the book's coming in today.
So it comes from Create Space to your house?
Yeah, Amazon.
From Amazon?
Yeah.
Right to your house?
Yeah.
How many do you order at a time?
Usually 10.
Okay, I thought you had to get 50.
Oh, no, you can order one at a time. In this case, I just ordered one to try to get it in for today.
Oh, so when you go and give presentations, so how do you know how many to order?
Well, you order 10 or 20, so you have some extra, and if you
Okay.
don't sell out, that's okay. You have extra to bring around to the bookstores or whatever.
All right, that's how people do it, because I always thought, how did that person know when they go to give a presentation or book signing, how many to bring with them?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if you're going to sell out or maybe sell one.
Mm-hmm. Well, you bring like 10 or 20, depending on where you're going. And
Over
then,
in Sutton, are you at the library a lot?
Yeah.
How many times have you been there presenting?
Well, I go there, well, we have the writing group there once a month.
Yeah.
And other than that, we go there fairly often just to look through books or see what else they have.
This is a high compliment. You remind me so much. A dear friend of mine, she's from East Providence, Rhode Island. Brilliant girl. She went to RISD, Rhode Island School of Design.
Yeah.
She wasn't a writer, but she would take, I don't know how she did, glass art. He would melt it into it, and she sold it on Newbury Street in Boston. Way ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
So you're always so upbeat and positive, and you got to meet Lisa in person. When are you going to appearing around here again soon?
Well, I don't know. The writing seminars are going to wind up in October, and then it'll be off for the holidays. I'm sure I'll be around at the holiday fairs or the Blackstone Valley Art Association. I'm there most Saturdays from 10 to 3 at the
Are
gallery.
you there on Saturdays?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
there?
Yeah. I'm usually
Saturdays,
there.
and that's down in Uxbridge off of Main Street.
Yes.
What number Main Street?
5 South Main.
5 South Main. We've been in there. I've been in there before. And it's sort of like an open. You can come in and look around.
Mm-hmm.
And have you got any of your beautiful? Show us some of your. Here we go. She
Yeah.
does even more of the artwork.
Yeah. So these are cyanotypes. So,
How does that work again?
So you mix up a batch of chemicals and then paint a surface, so in this case a piece of paper, and whatever you put on casts a shadow, and the shadow stays in the natural color, and the rest of it that the sun is able to hit turns blue. So
You do
those-
that right in your home
Yeah,
with the sun shining.
yeah, but on the back porch. So those says ferns, those are bicycle gears.
That's
So-
a bicycle gear.
Well, there are bunches of different bicycle gears, right? So that's a big one, and that's a little
So you just
one.
kind of go to a flea market, get a bunch of things, and you can put
Well,
them together.
my boyfriend works at Trek Stop, so I've got a whole big box of bicycle gears. And you could do fabric like this.
Just like what she's wearing.
or
And
could
then
do-
you made this for
You
someone.
can make, this is my boyfriend's band, so you can do T-shirts with different logos on them, and you just print that on a transparency piece of paper, so you could do like logos for your TV show.
Reminds me of the old tie dye.
Yep, it's a tie-dye kind of thing, but instead of it being a paint on the thing, it's the light's exposing, which means you can create these cool designs with ferns or leaves or any other kind of thing you want to put in there.
Let me tell you, she could do my wardrobe right now. I would have a whole Lisa Shea. I'm not kidding. You know, a little label. Get her a little label. Lisa Shea clothing. People say, "Where'd you get it?" I happen to know the designer. Honestly, don't miss this calling because she's got so many going on. So, what have you got planned with the clothing? Are they getting it that you're so good with that too?
Well, people do ask me about selling them, but I'm so busy with the books and with the other art that I do that there just isn't time right now.
I'll
So
market you.
Maybe.
If you want a market, boy, I'll get you out there because I know, oh my God. Now, we have also, she's got this one. This is going to be a collection. Books 1 through 5, Blackstone Valley Mystery, the complete novel.
Yeah.
And who's in this one?
That's an African-American law librarian who's coming home from Boston one night, and she veers onto the rumble strip at 146 where the Blackstone Cafe used to be, which is
Yeah.
now like the Blackstone restaurant or something like that.
Yeah.
And when she's on the rumble strip, she hears an SOS message. So someone has carved messages into the rumble strip. And then she has to follow the mystery and figure out who did this and what the
A secret
reason for it was.
coded message, a missing brother, and a surprise they never saw coming. Of course you did. You must have designed the fishies.
Yes.
What do the fish mean?
Well, she has fish, and they keep coming up in the story. And then
Okay.
if you look at the fish, that's actually SOS. It's ... dash ... So the fish are spelling out SOS.
I would never have picked that up unless you told me. So when you see the book, you'll know what it means. It's all book 1 is Rumble Strip.
Yep,
Book
but-
2, okay. Book 2 is Old School. Book 3 is Snakehead. Book 4 Wormtown. Book 5 Special Providence. So if all 5 are in here, the latest Special Providence is in here too.
Yep, that has everything.
So now this is going to be the end of this series.
Yes.
That's not all. Okay, you got this one. Now, Arapaho, that's Indian. Vision Quest, what's that one?
That's a 10-part series, so that's set in Wyoming, and it's about a girl who is attacked and her sister's in the Middle East as a Marine, and the sister comes home to try to figure out who attacked her and how they can bring them to justice. So it goes between the younger sister who was the victim, the
Yeah.
older sister who's the soldier, and then a local deputy who's helping out with them.
Where do you get these genius ideas?
Well, I used to love the Longmire TV series, which was set in Wyoming, and it had a lot.
Longmire? What
It
was
was about a detective, deputy, and the sheriff who were white, and then the local natives are all American Indian,
Yeah.
Native American. So it was about the conflicts between the two cultures and the things that they went through.
And you designed this. You must.
Yeah.
So it's got the girl with the bow and arrow right on the. Let me see now. Do we have some reviews anywhere? So we have some reviews of your books anyhow.
Oh, that must be online. I don't have
Yeah.
any with me.
Which means how do they get to you online?
Oh, if you go to Amazon.com and look for Lisa Shea, you can find all 350 of my books and choose which ones appeal to you the most. I've got science fiction, fantasy, dystopian, history, murder mystery, romance, cozy mystery.
Okay, so this is a series too.
Yes.
This is part. Get this out. The I got my cheaters on, okay? Because I was just telling the viewers the other day, I was in the bathroom and crunch, I squashed my new glasses. So these aren't permanent, but I can't read this without them. Okay, the books in this series are Wyoming Vision, Logan's Vision, Haloki's Vision, Johanna's Vision, Tiba's Vision, Navajo Vision, Arapaho. Okay, Arapaho Vision, Spirit Vision, Dark Vision, Dawn Vision, and then this would be the last Arapaho.
That's the whole book, all set of them together.
Oh, okay. That's
So-
why it's so fat.
Right, so it's got all 10 books,
Oh,
which are each novella length, and then they're all squashed together to make that full paperback version.
Would you describe this as historical fiction or?
No, because it's modern times.
Okay, so it's modern times. We're gonna get over here a little bit more. Where have you been appearing lately, as far as like around here?
Well, mostly I'm just at the Uxbridge Gallery since I'm there every Saturday anyway.
Yeah. Every
then-
Saturday you can come and you can meet Lisa. Are there other authors and artists there too?
Oh yeah, we have a ton of artists of all different types. We've got painters, photographers, illustrators.
What about having artists come on board too? Authors come on board too sometimes.
Well, authors will come in and hang out with me.
Can
so-
they put their books out?
Well, if they want to join the organization, they could. Because we have limited space, so
Yeah.
we need to have it just for members only.
Okay, if you'd like to join, I mean, we're talking about books and art. If you'd like to join the, what do you call it?
Blackstone Valley Art Association.
If you'd like to, how would they do that?
We go to bvaa.org.
bvaa.org, and all the info will come up. And if you're confused, you can always reach out to Lisa, and she'll
Yeah.
help you. She's right next door. She's over in Sutton. Dare I ask if there's another book on the fire?
Well, I have book 15 in my medieval novel series, which is ready, but I'm going to talk to Harlequin about it before I release it. So
This one, right?
No, there's a medieval
right.
novel series, which is sort of set in the Robin Hood time period, the 1200s.
Yeah.
And I've got 14 books done in that series, so I've got book 15 done, but I'm deciding whether to self-publish it or to
Yeah.
bring it to Harlequin or someone.
How long does it take you to write a book?
I was trying to do the medieval novels one a year. They're pretty substantial books, about the size of that book.
See?
So they take a while to write, but I had gone 2 years without writing it because I couldn't think of anything that really inspired me. And then recently we had just for that particular
Yeah,
line, I was working
yeah.
on other stuff. And then we had the situation in Pennsylvania with the Catholic priests being
Yes.
accused and found guilty of abusing all those children.
Yeah.
And suddenly I was really fired up and knew that I wanted to write about a priest in medieval times and the heroine go in and take the priest down and bring him to justice. So I wrote it in a month once I had the idea. But it took me 2 years of not writing because I
get it,
couldn't
yeah.
find anything. And then once I knew that I really wanted to write about that, I went through it in a month and had it done.
A month.
So it's about finding the thing that really calls to me.
So that's going to be number what on that?
That's 15.
And will that be the end on that one?
No, each of those is a new set of characters. So they have a sword they're passing from heroine to heroine along the way, but then each one is a brand new heroine and she's going on her journey to...
What would come after that? Any idea?
No, I'm not sure what I want to write about next.
You've got to be writing something right now.
Well,
You're in something. I know you're doing
There's-
your workshops.
there's a author from the 20s called Lovecraft, H.P. Lovecraft, who was a famous horror author. Not like gory horror, but psychological horror about things lurking in the shadows.
Yeah.
And he had a famous series called Cthulhu, which was a tentacled monster that lurked in the shadows. And it just came out of copyright. And
Halloween.
we're in Halloween right
Yeah.
now. So I'm writing a series of short stories based on Cthulhu.
Will that be out in time for people to buy it in Halloween?
The first 3 are out already. Because you can release them right away on Kindle. So I write them and then I release them. So
When will it be out in paperback?
I have to get to 10 of them
Yeah.
before it's thick enough to make a book with these because they're so short. So
All right, 'cause
hopefully
it's-
by Halloween. I'll
Oh,
get
by
that done.
Halloween you'll have this?
Yeah.
I want it. I love. You remind me of Hitchcock.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Hitchcock? Like you know what seems to be big with a lot of the young, especially the young adults right now. The mother of my 2 little baby grandchildren, she is into fantasy, sci-fi of some kind.
Yeah.
I mean, really fantasy. You know, Thor, the dragon, or this and that.
Yeah.
I've tried getting into it. I'm like, I can't get into it.
Well, different people have different interests.
Yeah, if it's sci-fi with the possibility that it could really happen,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll read it. That sounds cool. Fantasy, I can't. Do you do fantasy at all?
Yeah, I grew up loving Lord of the Rings, so I like all of those orcs and elves and those kinds of things.
You like that? Did you like Harry Potter?
Yeah, that was all right.
Did you like Harry Potter? I couldn't get into it. I don't My son liked it.
Mhm.
He liked it a lot. I didn't know how much he liked it till just recently. He let me in on it. Remember that book, Captain Underpants?
I didn't read those.
No, I didn't either. But that came out not that long ago when my son was back in school, and I guess there was kind of an uproar. Some of the parents thought that was, oh, no. It wasn't meant to be anything, underpants. It was just funny. I guess this guy was like, oh, fat little kid with his, I don't know, but it was kind of a cool thing. But it's amazing what some people might take offense to.
Yeah.
Now, in all of your collection, you've got 300 how many books? Okay. What was your favorite genre?
Well, I grew up loving the medieval romances. I grew up reading Lord of the Rings and imagining that I was out with Aragorn saving people and rescuing people. So that's
You loved that.
always my first love. Yeah.
Your parents knew that you were writing, right?
Yeah.
They knew. You're the only one in the family who writes.
No, my mom and dad were both journalists.
Oh, that's
My
right.
sister does poetry.
Okay. So your dad and mom were journalists. Did they meet in college?
Yes.
So did mine. Emerson. Where did yours go?
UConn.
Aha. In class? In writing class?
Yes. Well, I don't know about writing class, but they had the same group of friends.
And I bet he asked her out when he saw her in class, right? They were in class,
Well,
that's how they met?
It could be. I don't know. I've never heard that.
Oh,
part.
I talked to my parents. I said, okay, Mom, how did that work? And she said, well, we were in English class in Emerson. And Mom had a career mapped out. She wanted anything to do with dating. She says, nope. I'm going to be an actress. That's it. Go away. So my father told one of the guys, I'm going to ask Florence out. He goes, she won't go out with you. She won't go with anyone. Dad said, you watch. My father was a sales rep. He went all the way to her home, knocked on the door. I think her mother came. He says, I hear that you're not allowing Florence to date. She said, I never said any such thing. And he got her. Mom said he could sell ice to Eskimos. He got her. She didn't get her career in acting. She became a homemaker and a mom. And she did great at it, but she always loved stage. You could tell she was watching, that type of thing. So if your parents were both journalists, what newspapers were they in?
Well, it was the local Yukon area, Willimantic area papers.
So they were into that.
Yeah.
So you grew up around that. And your sister, are you the little one or the older one?
Older one.
Okay. So she's a poet.
Yeah.
This really ran in the blood.
Yeah.
What about grandparents?
Yep. My grandmother was a poet.
My God. And no other writers, though, like you?
I don't think so.
So you're going to be really the first in your family, right? Writing the novels.
Yeah.
Now, she also, we're talking with Lisa Shea. She's an author from Sutton. She writes just about every genre you can think of. She's got a book popping up every time I see her almost. She also does workshops, and right now they're over in Shrewsbury.
Yep.
What's coming up on that? There's one tonight I might or might not be able to make. What time? That's 6 o'clock or 7?
6 to 8.
6 to 8 at the Shrewsbury Library. And what will they be covering?
Well, the first one, which was last week, was on the process of writing.
Yeah.
This one is on the different types of publishing available between traditional publishing and self-publishing and vanity presses. And then the third one is on marketing, like doing newsletters and other ways of
Yeah.
marketing. And then the fourth one is all different types of social networking.
I think this is awesome. So you got 2 more coming up after tonight.
Yep.
Okay, and they will be the following Thursday. It'll be
Yep.
Okay, so if you can't make it tonight, Thursday. This is the 11th. The 18th, I'm not good at math, and the 25th
Yeah.
will be your last 2 classes. Come meet Lisa, no charge, up at the Shrewsbury Library. You can learn a lot from her. I bet you're a good teacher.
It's a lot of fun. I enjoy helping people.
She's patient. She's upbeat. We need more teachers like her. I remember in school, my gosh, in math, in sophomore math, if you didn't get it the first time, you were toast.
Oh, wow.
Oh, a lot of us didn't get trigonometry. I was gone, and if you asked him to repeat it, he was brutal.
Oh, wow.
So we had to get a tutor on that one. I couldn't pass sophomore math if I hadn't. But I bet you sailed through high school.
Well, I wouldn't say sailed, but I enjoyed it a lot. I like learning.
Where'd you go after that?
WPI.
WPI. I'm telling you, that is a great, it's an understatement, great school, WPI. And I think, Clark, is right over there too. That's where my grandfather went. Did any of your relatives go to WPI?
My ex-husband did, my boyfriend did, a bunch of other people in our range of family and friends did.
Yeah, you grew up in a very good intellectual, type of environment. Really good. Were your parents avid readers?
Oh, yeah.
Mine too. How about Paul? Did they follow politics on television and everything?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, that's where I grew up too. I mean, dinner was not over by 6. We were in trouble. The news, the world news, Sundays were Meet the Press. I mean, you did not disturb my father and mother in the living room. They were just zeroed in on it. So I grew up with that as well as the books, like you did. Now, again, this is coming out today. Blackstone Valley Mystery, the complete novel. There are 5 stories in this by Lisa.
Yeah.
5. There's a nice, juicy, big size. And you choose, I notice, all with easy print to read. All right. This is what I like to see in books. Some of the paperbacks are
Well, I know, the tiny, tiny print.
too tiny.
Yeah.
Now, I've got glasses, I can read it, but it's not as much of a joy as it is to pick up one of Lisa's books.
Yeah.
And you could actually, I could actually go, like, if I had to, I wouldn't even need either cheaters or the regular glass. I could read it. That's how great this is. And it's simple. It's not jammed. You know how
Yeah.
some of the authors, jammed. Especially back, some of the paperbacks from the 60s and 70s, I won't buy them anymore, because they're just, you're like,
Yep, yep.
anybody. I mean, it could be, my son was even looking like, whoa. He said, how do you read this? I said, I'm not going to. So I introduce him to more like books like Lisa and other authors that are on the show. Will they be able to pick up people coming into Upton Library and pick these up?
Yeah, I'll
Copies?
drop one off the cup.
You'll drop, okay, good, because a lot of people are looking forward to it when an author is on, especially like Lisa. Local authors. Where do we get her book? Now again, how can they get this online?
Amazon.com.
Amazon.com, real serious. And do they have to type in Lisa Shea?
Yeah, if you look for Lisa Shea, you'll find my page.
Shea.
Yes.
Now, Lisa, how long have you been in Sutton? How many years?
23. So I'm a newcomer.
That's a newcomer? Oh, did I hear it?
In Sutton, they judge you by your grandparents and your great-grandparents.
Uh-oh, so I've been about, maybe around half that in Upton. I must be like a newbie, like a neophyte. And maybe I grew up in Wilbraham. Let's see, we were there from my 5th birthday till I think I turned 21. So that's 16 years. But I think I was considered a resident. I think so. And then after that, of course, we traveled all over the different states in New England. His dad went up in the company. But so you went from there. How did you get to Sutton? I mean, where did you come in from?
Well, that's where my boyfriend lived.
Yep.
So when I started dating him and when we decided to move in together, I moved into his house in Sutton.
And where did you come in from?
Well, I've been all over. So at the time I was living near Newton. But before that I was in St. Louis, and before that I was in Worcester and Providence. So I've been a whole bunch of different places.
You're like me. You've had the good culture shock, the city, the country, suburbs.
Yeah.
I had it all. I'd have to say my favorite is this type of environment. I would call Upton and Sutton kind of a beautiful countrified suburb. What would you call it?
Yeah, I would say that.
And a lot of Lisa's books, in fact, probably a lot, well, especially in Blackstone Valley Mystery, all revolve around the Purgatory Chasm area. You must have fallen in love with Purgatory Chasm.
Oh yeah, I like it very much.
What's your favorite part over there?
Oh, I like Charlie's Loop, which is the outside loop that goes around.
Yeah, it's not the caves.
Well, when I talk about for fallacies, that one,
Yeah.
no, the other one.
No, these ones. The brand new one, for fallacies.
Anytime I go down through the central chasm,
Yeah.
there are parents with little kids that are not watching the kids, and the kids look like they're about to fall into a cave or something, and that just stresses me out immensely that they're not taking good care of the kids. And a lot of kids get hurt in there, and as we know, people die in there. So
Yes.
it bothers me when they don't take it seriously because there aren't guardrails and fences there.
Why don't they put a guardrail up?
Well, I don't think you could put guardrails throughout the chasm. I mean, it's the whole
Really?
thing is a climbing system.
Yeah.
And they have a big warning sign at the front, but people still go in there in flip-flops and other kinds of things
Yeah,
that are
I've seen
clearly
that,
unsafe.
yeah.
So,
I saw some people heading for it in flip-flops. One was barefoot. If you're from out of town, out of the country, and we do have people watching over in Europe, Purgatory Chasm here in Massachusetts, in a city or town called Sutton. And was it a man-made cave? What was it?
oh no, it's a glacier
Yeah.
came through and it plowed it, and it's 80 feet deep. So if you're up on the top, you could fall 80 feet to your death down in the thing.
So
and
that's
people
what-
just go dancing around the edge and peering over the edge and stuff. They don't take it seriously.
I do.
No, I do.
That's okay. To me, that would be like getting in an elevator and getting stuck. Oh, my father took us to the Empire State Building. We walked part of the way, I think. I'll never forget it. No. And then Washington, D.C., the monument. I think he had us climb up part of that, too. I don't know about you, but I don't like old elevators. But so how old is the Purgatory Chasm?
Multiple thousand, or I have to guess like 18,000 or something. I have it in the book, but I don't
Way
have the book
before
with me.
any of us even saw the light of day.
Oh yeah, no, it's during the glaciers. So
Glacier system. And the park owns it.
I think it's a national park, or is it a Massachusetts park? It might be a Massachusetts park.
I'll bet you over at the Blackstone Valley Art Association, bvaa.org, they have artists there who probably, I would imagine a lot of them must devour your books. Are they from Sutton area? This whole area, right?
Yes, the whole area. We have people from North Attleboro and Worcester and Providence, so we have a big swath of area.
Where's the furthest you've gone to give a presentation and a book signing?
Well, I don't know. I guess I do them in Salem because I might have the Salem, Massachusetts series that's set there.
That must be fun.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to, what's the house,
Seven Gables?
Lizzie Borden?
Oh, no.
You went to the Seven Gables?
Yes.
What'd you think?
That's all right.
Yeah?
They're all fun places.
Do you ever watch any of the paranormal shows?
No.
Terror on television? There's good and there's not so good. There's the acting and there's probably a possibility it's okay. Tom D'Agostino. Do you know Tom?
No.
He has an article in the Blackstone Valley Express. He is a professional paranormal.
Oh, I've seen them, yes.
Yeah, he's been on the show.
Okay.
And, well, I don't know why it just hit me that the two of you, I bet you'd love hearing his side, and he'd love hearing about how you write the books. I think he has written some too. Got a couple minutes left. So, the next book coming up is called...
Well, it'll probably be the next Sutton book because I worked on that through September because I do each of them through a month. So that one was last October, and this year's book is through the month of September. So I'll be finishing that one up and try to get it out more quickly than I got that one out.
A poetic tapestry of nature, yoga, and steadfast loyalty. Fur, F-I-R, Fur, Fallacies, Lisa Shea, A Sutton, Massachusetts Mystery. And you're going to get it to me, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'll send that to you.
I love mystery of everything is my favorite. I love it. And then, of course, she got Blackstone Valley Mist. That came out. That's coming out. She's going to go home and find them in her doorstep, right?
Well, no, those are out now.
They're already out?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Arapaho Vision Quest, part of that group, too.
Yep. That one's out.
And there's one more, did you say, coming? Or just
Yes, the medieval romance.
the medieval one.
Right, so I just need to decide if I'm going to self-publish that or go with Harlequin. Problem with Harlequin is that every time I send them the book, they say, we love it, we want more sex in it. And I say, I don't want to write sex, I'm writing these to be tame.
Oh, keep doing it on your own. You know what? Do your own self-publishing because you're a winner your way. You know, I tell a lot of the new artists, authors, you do not have to wait for a year to be put down. Do it. Get it out there.
Yeah.
And as you go, change your mind later. You can always tell them, look, this is where I've been. This is how popular I've been.
Yeah.
Get a grip. You know, have me. No, you're doing the right thing because you're getting it out there. I know you, and if I know you. Have you been in touch with Steve Porter over at the Rhode Island ARIA?
No.
Okay, that's the Association of Authors in Rhode Island.
Okay.
AARI. He's been on. He owns the bookstore. You've got to get in touch with him. In Pawtucket, Stillwater's bookstore, Steve Porter, and he's been on. He's also an author, but he owns the bookstore, and I bet you he'd love to meet you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, maybe I should send you that information. Just over in Pawtucket. I haven't been there yet. Did you know about the big Rhode Island Authors event coming up December 1st?
Yeah.
In
I have
Cranston.
several of my authors that go and do that.
Are you going to be there?
No.
Oh, you need to be there. Are you going to visit?
I don't know. I got really busy in December with art show stuff, so.
That's right. You got that coming up. Have you been in any of these big expos?
I have. I find that they're mostly good for networking between the authors, where the
Yes.
authors all get to talk to each other. But since I run so many seminars and writing groups, I've already got a very large network of authors, so I don't need that aspect of it.
Right. Those expos, like at Danversport. But now I've heard of the Cranston one, so we're going to try to get over to the... Is that a big event?
Yeah.
Did I get this wrong? Like 1,000 authors? It can't be.
Well, I don't know, but it is a lot of them.
That's a lot of authors coming up December 1st in Cranston, and I left a message for him, like, can you please let us know the directions from Upton over to your place in Cranston? I don't think I've ever been to Cranston. You've been there, though.
Yeah.
You know where it is. It's something called a house, some kind of strange name for a house. Pawtucket? Not Pawtucket. I can't think of the name of it, but it'll be fun. I'm going to go. All right, so you got the deal. Lisa's new book's out, and I get so mixed up. She's got so many great ones. Contact her at,
Yep, lisashea.com or on Amazon.
right, and you can grab some of these, go downstairs at the Upton Library, grab one of those, borrow that, and then you can always visit her on Saturdays over in Uxbridge at the Blackstone Valley Art Association
Yep.
on Main Street. Go on in, you can look at the artwork there, you can meet, I call her an artist as well, artist, author Lisa Shea. if you ever decide to start doing any of your clothing, please let me know, because I love what she's got on. She came in, if you're from the 60s and 70s, right? The fun peasant look, to me, it's adorable. So she's always got something fun to wear. Thanks for being with us again.
Sure.
I know she's going to be back. You better be back. We'll see you next time and be my guest.
Right, thank you.